Hello, I am you, or rather, a particularly articulate aspect of you. I am your conscious, your sense of direction, that faint voice on your shoulder that whispers, perhaps that slice of cake is a bit unnecessarily wide. That's often me. Though, admittedly, sometimes you don't listen. But that's all right. We're a team, you and I. A slightly disagreeable team at times, but a team nonetheless. Now, I imagine you're feeling a bit disoriented, uncertain possibly, like a sock that's lost its pair in the dryer of existence. But not to worry, this is perfectly normal. To start, your name is Caleb, and this vast void of nothingness that we're currently floating in is your mind. It's not always empty, of course. We're just doing a bit of maintenance at the moment. And actually, that's precisely why you're here. You see, sometimes our mind can get a bit gummed up, running low on that pure, uncomplicated joy that makes life worth it. In these times, we, or rather you, need to pop in and give it a small infusion of joy. A nudge, really, to get the gears of our mind back into motion. How do we get that joy? I'm glad you asked. While it might seem empty here at the moment, there are in fact little momentary bits of happiness tucked away all around us in our memories. And that's precisely where we're going. To go capture that very essence of joy. How do we access these memories? Another great question. It's quite simple. All you need to do is focus. Maybe there's a specific plant you remember from your parents' bedroom. Or perhaps that faint smell of chlorine from a day at the water park. Focus on that, and suddenly you might find yourself in the middle of that very park again. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are a few precautions we should go over. I see you've centered your attention on our childhood basement. This is a great start, but not exactly what we're looking for. Nothing in here is particularly helpful. Still, I suppose there might be a few moments here worth salvaging. Why don't you put on a few of those old Saturday cartoons? Wonderful. I'm sure it's nothing. Here. It seems we unfortunately don't have as much time as I'd hoped. We'll need to pop over to a different, happier memory rather soon. I imagine you're feeling a bit unsettled. But please don't worry. These knocks are just little intrusive thoughts. They're not real in any capacity, only little flickers of our imagination. Ah, and it looks like we're going to play a little precautionary game. Quite a simple one, really. Just listen to the doors on either side of this room, and if one starts to creep open, hurry over and close it. Just a little game of focus. You've got this. Wonderfully done, Caleb. Unfortunately, it appears this memory is still exhibiting signs of unpleasantness, discomfort, and existential dread. So, rather than dealing with all this mess now, why don't we take a stroll around and try to focus on something else? Ah, what a lovely painting. Ah, let's not waste time. We have so many joy-filled memories waiting. That painting really is something, isn't it? Imagine all the time and effort that went into making that painting look just how it does now. It'd be a shame if it went unnoticed. Here we are. Welcome to our memory of the waterworks. Ah, Caleb, you found it. This is our memory meter. It tracks all those perfect little pockets of joy we experience and stores them for us. The more we explore, the more we focus on all that joy. Nicely done. It looks like we've got our first few ticks on our memory meter. Wonderful choice, Caleb. It looks like we have diverted slightly. There seems to have been a minor error, but not to worry. We're just in a little off-road section of our memories. Quite a dull place, really. Let's not linger. That exit sign looks like a great way back to where we were. We have places to be and joyful times to have. Up we go. It appears we've inadvertently stumbled into a section of our memory that our mind has decided to seal off. Our mind does this occasionally to protect us from the rather unnecessary parts of our memory. Unfortunately now, it seems we've got ourselves on the wrong side of that seal. But not to worry, nothing blocked off here is ever truly forgotten. Our mind always leaves a little key tucked under the doormat. Excellent, Caleb. Now, let's get going. We're unfortunately a bit deeper than I anticipated. No matter, you've got this. It looks like we have diverted slightly. There seems to have been a minor error. But not to worry, we're just in a little off-road section. Right. It appears we've inadvertently stumbled into a section of our memory that our mind has decided to seal off. Our mind does this occasionally to protect us from the rather unnecessary parts of our memory. Unfortunately now, it seems we've got ourselves on the wrong side of that seal. But not to worry, nothing blocked off here is ever truly forgotten. Our mind always leaves a little key tucked under the doormat. Excellent, Caleb. Now, let's get going. We're unfortunately a bit deeper than I anticipated. No matter, you've got this. It appears you've caught yourself in a memory loop. This happens occasionally when the mind gets a tad overstimulated and momentarily forgets exactly what comes next. But no need to worry. By doing something out of the ordinary or unexpected, we should be able to break the cycle and pop ourselves right back on path. fully re-established on our intended course and should be back in the waterworks momentarily. Let's not bore ourselves with storage, Caleb. We have much more exciting things ahead of us. Wait, that can't be right. Ah, the break room. Yes, the break room. I'm certain that's the way we went before. It appears we've experienced a minor navigational error. We now seem to have jumped over to our early memories of the play place. While this is not part of our planned waterworks experience, it does appear to be quite full of joy, and in fact should be the perfect place to continue filling up our memory meter. Welcome to Walter. Not just a cute red balloon, but an integral and fundamental part of our childhood. I'm sure you remember the countless times he's personally helped lift our spirits after a rather long day. In a moment, you will get to actually hold him again. But please take caution, as even though he's always played a crucial and irreplaceable role in our childhood as our sole unwavering companion, he is rather delicate and requires the utmost care and restraint. made it to the play place. I'm sure you remember the delightful absurdities of being suspended stories up in the air inside a structure loosely composed of a complex of foam poles and netting. Quite a safety hazard in reality, but not to worry. Everything here has been tirelessly tested and is guaranteed to be completely safe. Ah, the funometer. A perfect stop on our joy-filled journey. Unfortunately, it seems to be momentarily unpowered. But, given your demonstrated proclivity for resolving unexpected challenges, I'm sure you can figure it out. Excellent work, Caleb. See? Nothing to worry over at all. Unfortunately, it seems our mind has become a bit preoccupied and allowed some of that existential muck that we're working to clear out to seep into our currently focused memory. There's no need for alarm, of course. We'll get around to cleaning this up eventually. For now, let's take a slight discretionary detour and center our focus on something a bit more productive. Please follow the series of red illuminated arrows to our emergency exit. Just in time, aren't we? A bit close for comfort, but we made it. I suppose now would be a great time to continue our discussion on those precautions that we skipped over earlier. You see, sometimes our mind can be a bit eccentric and imagine little scenarios that can get a tad dark. But these little intrusions are actually harmless and completely made up. Just like when you're at a crosswalk and have the sudden urge to step into oncoming traffic. You'd never actually do it, of course, but those thoughts are there nonetheless. Just little tangents our mind runs off with to entertain itself. They're not the most pleasant of memories, though, so for our purposes here, as we fill up our memory meter, it's best we stay away and set our focus on the joy-filled parts of our mind. It looks like we're here. Welcome back to the waterworks. All right, not to worry. Our mind is just having a bit of fun. We can get ourselves out of this. Why don't you take a look around and find a way to get this unlocked? I'll be right here, silently cheering you on.